So you get spare parts, you buy another case. Alright, I'm good with that. I like that. So the plan with this thing is to put this M8 head on here, which is way wider than this case is, by a lot. This is going to be a race bike. See how the push rods are covered up by the head? That's a problem. So I was going to cut the case, some M8 case off and weld it on over here and move the cylinder way over. Put the rod right over here, or at least the center of the cylinder over here, 3/4 inch over. And I was hoping to cut that and move the rod over, but these buell flywheels are so thin, flimsy in here and light, there ain't no room to do that. And I like heavy flywheels anyway. So this is the one that came out of my bike right here. That's the crank out of it. Oh, that thing's heavy. So this one here is extremely heavy. This is all lead filled in. So you got this side, that side, that side, that side, that side, that side, that side, and that side are all filled in. So that's 8 pieces of 1/4 inch thick lead. That's about 1, 2, 3, about 8 square inches. So this crank right now, that used to be a lightweight S&S sportster flywheels, are now, this whole crank weighs like what a big twin crank weighs. It's heavy, really heavy. And that goes really, really good down the track. I like that. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to make this crank heavy also, because it's way too light to do anything I want. Because when you're doing land speed racing, you want a heavy crank. Every time this thing fires, it slows down when you got 130, 40 mile an hour air pushing against you, or 150, like that bike goes 150. So that's like having the brakes on when this motor shuts off. So you got to keep this momentum going. So to keep it going, you need heavy ass flywheels, and that's how you do it. Plus, when you take off the line with a small motor, a lot of gear, because this bike will do 100 mile an hour in second gear easy. Excuse me. With a nitro gearing on like it is now, it'll do about 110. So it goes along. So low gear is hard to get going on. So the plan is to, instead of cutting that off and do all that, is I'm going to cut this off, this whole case right here. Cut it right down through here, cut through the tranny. Keep the tranny. Don't move the tranny, because if you move the tranny, the shafts, all that become too short. So I can't just put a spacer between the case and do it like I do on a big twin. So I'm going to suction that thing right down through here, all the way down through here, and back around the case, all the way around like this, all the way around. I'll take that whole piece, which is the whole cam chest, and I'll move that thing over that 3/4 inch, or maybe a little further, as much as I can. I might go over an inch if I can. Then I'll weld it all back together, and that'll allow me to run the big bore on center, and it will not affect the powertrain at all. All this stuff is stock, the transmission's all stock. The only difference is this thing will be sticking way out here, which is exactly what the head is doing. The head's sticking way out there too, so that takes care of our problem. So instead of having this thing going this direction like that, we'll put this thing on center, like that, and just move all of this over. So that's the plan on that one. So I bought this set of cases to do that, and then I got another right case I bought, so I can experiment on a right case, and if it works, good. I'm not destroying a set of cases, because right now I got a set of cases I use for something else. Not that I need another set of cases, but oh well. So that's the plan. So we're going to section that sucker right on down. We'll keep the piston squirter in there. All that stuff will be the stock. I'm going to put probably a twin cam rod and crank pin in here, which will grow it by about a 3/4 inch wider, the crank. So the crank will stay with what the increase in case width will be. And I'll just run the male rod, and I can put it on center. I can offset it to whatever I need to get the cylinder line up correctly. So it eliminates a lot of issues real quick by doing it that way. So that's what I do instead of sleeping at night, I think. So anyway, so that's the plan. So that's why I got this set, and like there's another right case coming. Not here yet, but there you go. That's what we got going on.